Because all this is fulfilled. Any activity which will fulfill a couple of priorities will become important for you. Therefore, the trick in life is now purpose of life. Purpose of life is to find what your priorities are and fulfill them. As you fulfill some of these priorities, deeper priorities may emerge. A desire can change. Morning you can have a desire, evening you can have somebody else. I mean, some other desire I'm talking, sorry. Okay. Yeah, desires are fickle like that. They'll keep changing. Many people are thinking of, should I buy a BlackBerry? Until the iPad 4 came out. Now BlackBerry or iPad 4? So, desires are fickle like that. A priority, a deeper priority will last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I'm not saying it won't change. It will change. But it's more long lasting. Therefore, priorities will give you a direction in life. Otherwise, we are living our lives based on what the parents tell us, what my teachers tell us, what my religious leader tells me, what the society tells me, and lastly, what the advertisers tell me. I'm not living an independent life. I want independence, but where is independence? You don't know what you want. Your desires are fickle anyway. They'll keep changing. Unless you get in touch with your priorities, you don't know the purpose in your life. So one great need, your spiritual growth, if it has to start, it has to be based on this. Your growth in life. Because remember, living, growing. No? Your growth. Purpose is growth. Alright, here is the purpose. Get in touch with what you really want out of life. Listen to your head and your heart, both. In priorities, there is nothing right or wrong. In the way you fulfill your priorities, you can talk about right and wrong. I want financial independence, so go and cheat somebody of money. There you can talk about right and wrong. But priorities as such, like a young girl walked into my class and I asked her, where do you see yourself 5 years from today? She must have been about 20. And she said, as a mother. For her, that was a high priority. She was aware of it. She says, I want to get married because I want to have a child fast. And she had that child. She was ready. And she was a chartered accountant working for Arthur Andersen. Okay? And she still works. You manage both very well. Both are important, you manage it well. So look at it. Therefore, if you have 100 desires, you can't fulfill all of them. But behind those 100 desires are half a dozen priorities. Can you fulfill them or not? And if you fulfill these priorities, you will get the same happiness that you will get out of fulfilling 100 of those desires. Hey, that seems a good bargain. Then I am a winner in life. Yes, you win all the time. In fact, this is my definition of a successful person. A successful person is one who has fulfilled all his or her priorities. Half a dozen who cannot fulfill. 100, mushkil. Are you getting this? Successful living is based on this. Your purposeful living is based on this. Otherwise, you are like a rudderless ship. It sounds very romantic to say, where are you going? I don't know. Where the wind and the tide takes me, I will set my sail. I will set sail and go where the wind and the tide takes me. Where the seagulls soar. It all sounds romantic. And that is what it is, romantic nonsense, because no sailor sails like that. Take it from me, I was one. We know where we are going very clearly. Yeah. Even Jack Sparrow knows that very clearly. You all know Captain Jack Sparrow, no? This guy. Only his compass is slightly different. It points to what he wants. Perfect. Yeah, it's pointing out his priority for him. Great compass to have in life. Yeah, so sail for that. Every sailor knows where he is going. He may be swept off course by the wind and the storm. That is fine, but he knows how to get back to it. So sometimes things will happen in life where you may be swept off course, but you can always get back. Like this couple couldn't have children of their own. No problems. They are working with other kids. So their emotional need is fulfilled. The priority is fulfilled. A child can be loved even if it is not your own. I have a lot of kids like that. Oh, it's okay. I love. Yeah, all my student kids are like my kids only. I love all of them. What they? Therefore, you discover your purpose. There is no fixed purpose in life other than growing. And the way to grow is to get in touch with your priorities. It becomes a different ball game altogether. You will still get some of the things that you desire. Not everything. But everything you are not going to get anyway. But the happiness that you have got out of getting all these things, the same happiness you will get because you have fulfilled all your priorities. Your priorities have given birth to your desires. The priorities gave birth to desires. And that will be fulfilled anyway. Your priorities are fulfilled. Then whether a given, like this guy who was happy, he couldn't marry that girl, but he was happy marrying this girl. Why? Because the priority that gave birth to that desire of getting married to a particular girl was fulfilled. Why? Because emotional and physical companionship that he wanted, that he received. That way the younger generation is smart. Nobody will be a Devdas now. In fact, when that movie Devdas, the later one, with who was that, Shah Rukh Khan, no? That movie came out, I said, yeah, I remember that was my time movie, the old one. It was an iconic movie. And some of my kids who come to my youth group says, movie about a loser. Says it, who's a loser? That guy, he had two beautiful women in his life, but he wasted his life on drink. I said, it's also the woman. Why? They're such charming, wonderful personalities, they're wasting their life on a drunkard. That movie about losers only. Isn't that what the movie is about? Nobody is a Devdas anymore anyway. But people could relate to that movie in the sense because there is a poignancy of love which everyone wants to relate to. That poignancy of being able to connect to another human being. The poignancy of unfulfilled love. Why? Because all of us have had that experience sometime or the other and we want to re-experience it through somebody else's eyes. That poignancy is what we want to experience. Therefore, if you work on the basis of priorities, nothing you cannot have in life. You can have it all. Then there is an even more ultimate purpose behind. Behind all the desires is your priorities. And your priorities, let me see a few common things. How to get in touch with priorities, etc. is a little bit too much for this talk, okay? Because only one day, okay? You will have priorities in certain basic areas because we are all human beings. Therefore, some common areas will always be there. What are the common areas? Physical. Anyone doesn't want health? Here? Health. I mean, you may not want to run a marathon, but basic health we are talking about. You do not want it. Comfort, some amount of money, fine. This is your physical dimension. Emotional dimension.